Love, a word so often spoken, yet so rarely understood. We live in a world that constantly confuses desire for love. We mistake a spark of attraction for deep affection and a moment of passion for a lifetime of permanence. But true love, the kind that nourishes your soul, uplifts your heart, and brings two people closer to Allah, doesn't start with a burning flame of desire. It begins with something quieter, something deeper, something far purer. It begins with intention, with respect, and with the willingness to see another's heart as a trust from Allah, not as a possession, but as a sacred trust. Desire is impatient. It wants everything now. But love, true love, waits. It grows in silence. It prays in secret. It sees beyond the surface into the sincerity of character, the kindness of action, and the purity of intention. And perhaps this is why Allah, in His wisdom, reminds us in the Quran. We are reminded, and among His signs is that Allah created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them, placed between you affection and mercy. Notice, Allah did not say desire. Allah said affection and mercy, qualities that sustain, qualities that remain when beauty fades, when youth passes, when life tests both hearts. Desire may sparkle, but it burns out quickly. Love, however, endures. It is not about how someone looks when the world is watching, but how they treat you when no one sees. It is not about how loud they speak of their feelings, but how quietly they pray for you when their forehead touches the ground. So, in this video, we're going to explore together 8 beautiful ways to begin love, not desire. We're not talking about the fleeting kind that fades with the seasons, but the type of love that carries weight, dignity, and barakah. The kind of love that doesn't only exist between two hearts, but before Allah, with Allah, for Allah. Because when love is rooted in faith, when it is built on values greater than the self, it does not die with time. It transforms. It strengthens. It carries both hearts closer to their Creator. So let us begin, not with desire, but with true, meaningful love. Number 1, start with intention, not impulse. Not every spark deserves to become a flame. Some feelings are meant to be paused, not pursued, until the heart is purified by intention. We live in a world where impulse is called love, where speed replaces sincerity, and attention replaces affection. But love that lasts begins differently. It begins with intention, with a heart that asks, is this connection pulling me closer to Allah or closer to my desires? Because true love isn't found in the rush, it's found in restraint. It's found in those who choose patience over impulse, who pray before they pursue, and who wait until Allah opens the door. When love begins with intention, it becomes a path of barakah, not heartbreak. It transforms from emotion to worship, from feeling to faith. Every journey begins with a question: why am I feeling this way? Love, when born from the self, seeks comfort. But love born for the sake of Allah seeks connection, not just with a person, but with His divine purpose. When your heart loves for Allah, you no longer chase validation. You begin to chase meaning to love someone, because they remind you of faith, of sincerity, of peace. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his family said, whoever loves for Allah, hates for Allah, gives for Allah, and withholds for Allah, has perfected faith. This is not just emotion, it's devotion, the kind that purifies both hearts. Because when love starts with intention, it doesn't fade with distance. It doesn't depend on who texts first or who notices more. It endures quietly like a prayer that never ends. Desire says, I want them. Intention says, Ya Allah, if they're meant for me, write it with blessing, and if not, remove the feeling with peace. That's the difference. One chases the heart's noise, the other follows the heart's fitra, and Allah watches both, to see who is patient enough to love without crossing His boundaries, to see who guards their heart before asking for someone else's. Number 2, begin with dua, not flirtation. Love is not meant to begin with rushing. It begins in silence, not with hey, but with Ya Allah. The heart that turns to Allah before turning to a person already understands love more deeply than the one who chases attention. Some hearts are written long before they meet. They don't find each other through words. They find each other through dua. That's how Allah ties two souls, not through messages, but through moments of sujud. Every sincere prayer leaves a trace, and sometimes those traces cross. You won't even realize it, but when your heart prays in silence for what's pure, Allah may already be preparing someone doing the same for you. Real love doesn't begin with a chat, it begins with a dua. When you love through dua, you're not saying, I want them. You're saying, if this is good for my heart and my deen, then bring us together in your mercy. That is the difference. Surah Al-Furqan 25:74. Our Lord, grant us from our spouses and offspring comfort to our eyes, and make us an example for the righteous. This is how the righteous loved, not by chasing feelings, but by asking Allah for souls that bring peace, not distraction. Because the love that begins in dua becomes sakina, the kind of peace that doesn't fade when life gets hard. This is the love that brings sakina, calm, stability, growth, ease. Not the kind of love that burns fast and disappears. Not with showing yourself to them, but with showing your heart to the one who owns both of you. Because when you involve Allah from the beginning, Allah protects what's meant and removes what's not, even if your heart doesn't understand it yet. And if they're not, you say, replace this feeling with peace. That's not weakness, that's worship. Because flirtation seeks attention, but dua seeks direction. One says, notice me. The other says, guide me. That's how Allah separates emotion from intention. So begin with dua, not with trying to get noticed, not with forcing connection or scrolling. What is meant for you does not need chasing, only patience. Because the love that begins with Allah never ends without Allah. A love that starts with flirtation depends on presence. A love that starts with dua survives even in absence. Because it was never built on words, it was built on worship. That's the kind of love Allah places barakah in, not loud, not rushed, but written in silence, grown through patience, and protected through purity. And if your heart felt something during these words, maybe Allah is already teaching you how to love. Number 3, see the heart, not the face. Beauty fades, faces change, youth passes, and time will touch everyone. But the heart stays. The character, and the one who sees beauty with their eyes may love for a moment, but the one who sees beauty with their heart loves for a lifetime. This world teaches us to fall in love with skin, with features, with perfection, with the surface. But Allah teaches us to fall in love with character, with taqwa, with akhlaq, with the kind of heart that makes you His remembrance. Because the face may attract you to someone, but the heart is what keeps you there. A beautiful face can catch your eyes, but a pure heart can hold your soul. If Allah shows you someone whose presence brings you closer to His remembrance, protect that feeling. Because that is not just affection, that is risk. Look for the one whose heart remembers Allah, not the one whose beauty fades with time. Because real love is not found in the face you like, but in the heart that remembers you in dua. That is the love Allah places barakah in. When someone has a pure heart, it shows in the way they speak, in the gentleness of their tone, in how they care when no one is watching, in how they never try to impress, only to be sincere. Because the one whose heart is sincere will love you in your absence, will pray for you silently, will protect your dignity, will never let ego enter love. Their beauty is not something you see first. It's something you feel. You feel safe around them. You feel at peace. You feel that their presence brings you closer to Allah, not farther. That is the beauty that does not fade. Many chase the face, but the face cannot hold a marriage. It cannot hold patience. It cannot hold mercy. It cannot hold loyalty. Only the heart can do that. The best love is not, she's beautiful, he's handsome. The best love is, her heart reminds me of Allah. His character makes my iman grow. So see the heart, not the face. This is the love that Allah sends as Rahmah, mercy, and Sakina, deep peace. And that love does not leave. So if you want real love, look for the purity of the heart, not just the beauty of the face. But remember, purify your own heart first. Because the heart you attract is a reflection of your own. If you want someone whose love is sincere, gentle, God-conscious, then you must become sincere, gentle, and God-conscious too. Pure hearts recognize each other, even in silence, even from a distance. If your heart is clean, Allah draws you to those who carry the same light. Number 4, seek barakah, not just bliss. Bliss is easy. Anyone can give you butterflies. Anyone can make your heart race for a moment. But barakah, when I say barakah, I mean blessed. Something Allah puts His light in. Something that grows quietly, gently, beautifully even if the world does not notice it. Baraka is when love does not drain you, it builds you. Bliss is loud. It comes quickly. It excites. But it also fades just as quickly. Baraka is quiet. It comes slowly. It grows. You don't feel it all at once, but you will realize it when your heart becomes softer, your patience becomes stronger, your intentions become purer. Baraka is when the relationship pulls you closer to Allah, not away. When your conversations remind you of purpose, not ego. When your presence brings calm, not chaos. Anyone can make you feel happy for a moment, but who helps your soul become better? Who strengthens your iman? Who reminds you to pray? Who speaks to your heart, not your desires? Seek the love that stays when beauty fades. Seek the love that remains when life becomes difficult. Seek the love that Allah supports. Because bliss makes you smile today, but baraka makes you grow forever. And the love that has baraka in it does not just feel good. It makes you closer to Jannah. Number 5. Choose character over chemistry. In a world that teaches us to chase feelings, Allah teaches us to seek qualities. Because chemistry fades, but character remains. What burns quickly rarely lasts, but what's built with taqwa and akhlaq stays firm when life becomes heavy. Chemistry can make your heart race, but character makes your soul rest. Chemistry excites you for a moment, but character protects you for a lifetime. You see, real love is not just about finding someone who makes you feel alive. It's about finding someone who reminds you to live rightly. Don't be fooled by the thrill of emotions, for even the strongest flame burns out. But a light that's from Allah, it never dims. It's found in kindness, patience, forgiveness, honesty, and respect. That's the light of character. Some people will give you chemistry, but only a few will give you tranquility, sakina. Find the one who makes you remember Allah more, not forgets. Because the one who treats you with adab even when angry loves you through faith, not just feeling. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and his family said, "The best among you are those who are best to their spouses. And the most beloved to me are those with the best character." That's not chemistry, that's character. It's not in how loud someone says, "I love you," but in how gently they say, "I forgive you." This is where love grows. Not in beauty, not in sparks, not in the rush of emotion, but in how a person treats you when love becomes a responsibility. When patience is needed, beauty can fade, feelings can shift, chemistry can die, but good character only becomes more beautiful with time. Don't chase connection that makes your heart restless. Wait for the one whose presence calms your soul. Because love that comes from desire ends quickly, but love that comes from ikhlas, sincerity, grows quietly and leads you back to Allah. Character is not loud. It does not show off. It reveals itself in the smallest details. How they speak when angry, how they treat those who cannot benefit them, how they apologize when they make a mistake. These are the things that hold love together when life becomes difficult. Sometimes Allah separates you from someone to show you who they truly are. Do they remain respectful? Do they make dua instead of forcing something? True character shows in distance. If they are meant for you, Allah will bring them gently without begging, without chasing, without breaking yourself. Hearts are not connected through beauty. They are connected through akhlaq, through taqwa, through dua whispered when no one knows. And when Allah writes a person for you, they will be a means of peace, not chaos. They will bring you closer to Allah, not further. Chemistry may bring two bodies together, but character brings two souls together. And only Allah brings two hearts together. So choose what lasts. Choose character. And trust the one who writes every heart story. So choose character over chemistry. Because beauty will change, feelings will fade, but akhlaq, the fragrance of the soul, only grows stronger with time. And when Allah puts barakah in that kind of love, it doesn't just complete your life, it completes your faith. Number 6, build connection through values, not vibes. When love begins through shared values, it doesn't need constant words to stay alive. Because values root deeper than emotions, they anchor the soul when feelings waver. Don't be fooled by how someone makes you feel for a moment. Look instead at what they stand for in silence. Do they protect your modesty when no one's watching? Do they remind you of Allah when you forget? Do they pull you closer to prayer or further from it? Real connection isn't built through vibes, it's built through vision. A vision that both hearts share to walk the path of Allah together. Because when two people align in values, their love doesn't just grow, it elevates. it becomes worship. And when Allah is the center of that bond, Allah places tranquility in between their hearts. Not loud, not showy, but calm, like a dua answered quietly. Don't rush the bond. Let time reveal hearts. Because when love grows with taqwa, it doesn't need constant words to prove itself. It's seen in consistency, in quiet care, in the way you make each other better, not distracted. Sometimes, Allah hides the love meant for you, so it can grow in purity first, before it becomes visible to the world. Because when love matures in patience, it no longer needs attention, it seeks acceptance from Allah. And that is the kind of love that lasts, that brings tranquility, that carries blessing, that leads two hearts toward Jannah. Love that begins with Allah doesn't chase, doesn't rush, doesn't fade. It matures in silence. It waits with dignity. It prays instead of pleads. And when Allah finally allows two hearts to meet, it's not a coincidence. It's a completion of something that's been written since before you both ever breathed. So begin love the right way, not with desire, but with dua, not with impatience, but with intention, not with the eyes, but with the heart that remembers Allah. Because what starts with Allah is sustained by Allah, and what is sustained by Allah can never be taken away by the world. Thank you for joining me, and if this resonates with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content like this. When love begins with intention, it becomes a path of barakah, not heartbreak. It transforms from emotion to worship, from feeling to faith,